Hello, children. I'm your Ima from Ima's Story House. Children, do you remember when the first lockdown was given due to coronavirus? Today, I'll tell you a story, or rather, I will read out a story from a storybook called Jamlo Walks from that time of lockdown. This is a story written by Samina Mishra and illustrations are done by Tarique Aziz. Let me start the story. It is day 7 of the lockdown, and everyone says the skies are blue again. Jamlo walks. She looks straight at the road ahead. It is long. The milestone says Nariapur 10. Jamlu wipes the sweat off her face and shifts the pack of chilies from one shoulder to the other. The chilies are what she earned for harvesting fields. Jamla knows Ma will be happy to see them. She wishes she had earned more. Last year, Budram Dada had returned to Eded with 2 sacks of chilies. But Jamlo Works was cut short, and all she has is one cloth bag full. Jamlo holds on to the bag and walks. So she is Jamlo, and it is her bag full of chilies. Amma is watching a video on the laptop of people walking. The news reporter voice says something about corona or COVID-19. 4 hours to prepare for a 21-day lockdown. Tara was peeping. Tara sees men and women carrying bundles and children looking tired and sunburnt. She has many questions, but when Amma notices Tara, she quickly shuts the lid of the laptop. The people walking disappear in a flash. Do you want dosa for breakfast? Asks Amma. Here is Tara. She was peeping. At the roadside stall, the man spreads dosa batter on the tawa. It seasons. Jamlo watches. The man asks her where she is coming from and where she is going. Jamlo likes that his eyes widen in amazement when she tells him, "The road is long. Walk with some grown-ups." The man says as he hands her a tilka laddu from a glass jar. Jamlu eats the laddu as she walks past a turn off that says Tadwai 15. This is the jar of tilka laddu. And the milestone says Tadwai is 15 miles away. The road shimmers like water, empty of curves and passes. She sees figures swaying in the shimmer. Perhaps it is Hareli, and everyone is dancing and eating laddus. Jamlo blinks. A car with a flag roars down the road. Rahul sees a car with a flag drive down the empty street. There is a loudspeaker attached to the front, and a voice is saying something about sealing the area. Behind him, he can hear Mummy and Papa talking about their cook, Rupa Didi, and her husband. There is no work for a rickshawala, so they are having trouble paying rent for their juggi. Rahul turns to look at the juggi cluster next to his building. where Rupa Didi lives. He watches a group of children running in as a police jeep drives past. That all the children vanish into the gully, and the days is quiet. You see, here is Rahul. Says he is looking down where the boys were, all the children were playing. Can you see the picture? This is a tree where birds are sitting. And here is your Jamlo. The silence on the road is broken by the sound of birds. Jamlo sees a miner drinking from a puddle. Birds cannot be locked down, thinks Jamlo. But then she remembered the parakeet that Sarita had brought home from the hut, and how they gave it guavas and green chilies every day. She wonders if it is still in the cage. The myna twitters and looks at Jamlu. Jamlu pulls out a dry red chili from her bag and holds her hand out. The bird flutters its wings and flies away. Jamlu puts the chili away and takes out her bottle of water that will soon be empty. She squints her eyes, trying to see if she can spot a dhaba or a village in the distance. The road is still long and the people are still walking. Look, here is Jamlu and here is a chili. And the bird is flying. Amir takes the bottle out of the fridge and pour out a tall glass of cold water. Online classes will start soon, but Amir is bored. He thinks of the pranks he used to play in class and how Anju Miss always laughed. Miss tries to play games with them on Zoom, but it is not the same. Amir logs on. He can see some of his friends in their boxes on the Zoom screen, but some are black. They cannot be seen. Like him. Look, this is the computer screen where online classes were going on. And this is a cold water bottle from the fridge. When Amir complained, Papa said, "At least you can hear. So many children don't even have this." Amir hears Anjumi say, "Hi, Amir." Then the sound becomes garbled and the connection is broken. Jamlo's chapel breaks. She is standing near a milestone that says Usur 20. She is tired and thinks she will rest for a while. She lies down under the shade of some sal trees. They stand straight like soldiers, thinks Jamlu. But it is hard to stand straight when you have been walking for 3 days. Some men walk past her, talking to each other. They are saying Corona kills, but bhai, so does hunger. Here is Jamlo. A leaf flutters down on her face. Jamlo notices that it has turned partly yellow and knows that the tree has rejected it. She thinks of a 600-year-old tree growing somewhere in Bijapur and Pushpa Didi had told her about. She wonders how many leaves that tree must have rejected and what it feels like to be that old. Jamlo shuts her eyes. She thinks of Ma and Bapu and the chilies she will give them. She thinks of how proud they will be of how much she has worked. Here is her mama and Bapu. Look. It is morning. Tara and Rahul and Amir wake up to another day of online class. Another day under lockdown rules. And here is one chapel, one piece of chapel and a leaf left behind. And here is Jamlu's Ma and Bapu waiting for her to be back to them. The skies are still blue. The road is still long. The people are still walking. Look, lots of people, lots of people. They had to walk a long distance from their workplaces to their own home or their villages. So, this is a story about Jamlo. Children, how do you feel it? Tell me and write to me. Okay, then. Bye bye for today. And think about the girls, the boys, or the children like Jamlo